Welcome back, guys, to some more Riders of Icarus. Semi-Mong here, as per usual. And guys, today we are running through Garme and how to get Garme, how to get Daveen's perfume for Garme, and how best to grind away for the recipe, or for the material, sorry, for the recipe. Now, you're obviously going to need to acquire the Daveen's perfume recipe to start off with. Now, you're gonna have to get either a 10-man group or a good group of friends. You can do it 5-man, but you need to be experienced, obviously have good stats on your gear and whatnot. You have to go to Atius Peak. Now, I've been there a fair few times, and I've seen the Daveen perfume recipe drop a few times, but you can also get the dragon emblem recipe here, and it doesn't drop. I have not seen it drop, sorry. It doesn't drop. Of course it drops there. People have got it, but I've not seen it drop, so it's a lot rarer than the Daveen's perfume recipe. So you're gonna see that recipe more often, so to say. So that's your first, like, port of call. Is that the saying? Yeah, that's your first port of call. Is actually just running Atius Peak a few times and getting the recipe for the Daveen's perfume. And once you've got that, it's just a case of grinding away for the mats. Now, the bottom two are pretty self-explanatory. Like, if you don't know what these are, I'll explain them at the end, of course, but you should know what these are by now. If you're going for Garme, you should know what these are. But Daveen's essence can also be grinded at Atius Peak, so you can go there to get the recipe, and if you're lucky, potentially pick up the Daveen's essence at the same time. But the only downside to it is, once again, you're going with 10 people, so you may not get the role you want, you may not get it like in the first run, you may take a few runs, you may not get it at all. But just let it be known that the recipe at the moment on my server is only 30 gold, and Daveen's essence is only 20 gold, so that's 50 gold in total, and you could just grind away for the rest of them, so it doesn't really matter. But once you've got the Daveen's perfume and the Daveen's essence from Atius Peak, and the Daveen's essence also drops from Daveen herself, the little girl that accompanies Garme. So if we go down there in a minute, hopefully we can spot her. But once again, guys, I've attempted to record this video so many times. My graphics card keeps dying. But guys, there will be a clip at the end of me taming Garme, because yeah, I wanted to include that. I went for it this morning and just didn't have anything set up. But once you've got the Daveen's perfume and you've got the Daveen's essence, you want to be grinding away for Khabim's shadows. So come up here to the top of the cemetery, the tippy top. There's literally nowhere else you can go. That door's locked. Nowhere other routes apart from back down. And you want to grind away, as you can see someone doing here, at the elite priests here, level 29, okay? So your best bet is either getting a group of friends, guild mates, or general players. Just a group of 5 of you. You can do it 2-man, you can even do it solo. I'm about to show you a tactic that I use to do it solo. But the best bet is to come up here and just group them all up, and obviously get a ton of you to do it. Once again, though, that's like Atius Peak. You can do that, but then you've got players to share the loot with. You may not get them. And Khabim shadows are kind of rare. I haven't even got any on me to show you, but they're kind of rare. And other stuff does drop here, though. Shadowbind tomes, the Windrunner's recipe. Nothing quite as valuable as the Khabim shadows, though. They're selling quite well at the moment. Obviously, people are wanting the Garme, and I've got the Garme. So I'm going to show you a solo way. Say you haven't got any friends to do this with, I'm going to show you a solo tactic. Now, the only downside to this tactic is that you're alone, having to kill them one by one, and with the Khabim shadows being such a rare drop, it will take you a while to get all 10. So if you can, just buy them. But it's easy enough. It'll take you a while, but it's worth it. It won't be. I think the Daveen's essence actually will be a lot quicker. Actually, depends how much you grind away. I'll try and get a drop rate, and if I can, I'll put it on screen now as a little GFX. But we're going to go down here to the slightly lower leveled priests, the level 23s. I'm only doing this just because, oh, level 28, sorry. I thought they were the level 23s, so they're still the same levels, guys. It's okay. But what I want to do, or what I like to do, is come up to a reasonable height, find a target, apply my curses to him, and then move left or right, dodging his attacks and slowly just wearing away at his health. Now, obviously, because you're in the air, he can't hit you. I'm trying to move my mouse away so the mouse clicks aren't in the video quite as much. And you're going to want to have as much DPS on your crossbow as you can. Be wary. As you can see, I've pulled another one there, so I'm having to dodge 2 bullets at the same time. But if you just go left to right, they won't be able to get a decent shot off of you. If you're looking at where they're, like, when they're shooting, you know when to go left and right more. Make sure you're applying the curses if you're a priest, and if you're doing this as any other class, just if you've got any damage over time spells, make sure you're applying them. and then make sure you're applying your poison arrow. And if you've got multiple targets, or if you're just using one-on-one, make sure you're using your explosive shot to get that giant 5-6k bit of damage out, depending on how much DPS you're doing. I'm not going to lie, my crossbow and general mounted DPS is really bad, as you can probably tell. But I'm keep applying my dots, keep applying my poison, and obviously getting my explosive arrow out. There we go, 6k, and you'll slowly but surely wear away at them, okay? Now, if you've got a group of them, like I have here, you can just constantly use... Oh, God, I need health. You can just constantly use your explosive arrow and get damage to all of them done at once, because obviously it'll do 6k to the main target. If it hits, as you can see, I'm getting a lot of misses. I'm getting a lot of resists on my spells as well. But if it hits, you'll do 6k to the main target, and you'll do AoE damage to any targets around them as well. Now, I've got 3 on them, so I'm having to do such a large turning circle at the moment just to hit anyone. I'm actually going to have to heal up just a little bit here, and going to try and finish off this last target, see if I can get the luck of my life, and potentially get a Khabim Shadow. Easy 5 gold. No. Just a simple worm chest, so you know if you're going to get like a Khabim Shadow or any of the other items, Shadowbind, Tome, etc., by the little ding in the speakers and by the type of chest. But that is how you get Khabim Shadows, guys. But once again, it's going to be a long grind for you. Obviously, that was just one guy. Like, you're going to have to kill loads of them to get 10 anyway. To get 10, it's insane. But once you've got the Daveen's Essence, once you've come up here to the cemetery and got the Khabim Shadows, you're pretty much set. Okay, like at level 25 and getting Garme, you should be cool with the familiar orbs, just run a few dungeons, do a few dailies, and the elite taming potions can be brought at any Barter Craftos, so Fort Ballast, Kelswood, Hurricane's Crossing, for 60 silver each, so it'll be 9 gold, because 10 of them is 60 silver, that'll be 6 gold. Half of that will be 3 gold, so that's 9 gold in total. And then you're pretty much set to go get Garme. So I'm going to take you to the location. Garme is actually located in a cemetery as well. Let me just zoom in on my map a little bit further there. And he's just down here from the elite Khabimist. He will spawn next to this little house. So look at this little tree as a monument with the giant like purple circle. And he'll spawn down here. You'll find a load of people down here. There was 4 of us to start with, I think, when I did my Garme footage. And then it ended with at least like 15 to 20 of us to get him. And I was just the one that lucked out. I managed to jump on him first. We started... Actually, I'm not going to ruin it. I'm going to include the taming footage right now, guys. So yeah, let's switch over to that quickly.
Changes.
Life.
that is Garme, guys. Obviously, there's going to be a headphone warning because that was pretty loud, but I'm going to find a safe spot to mount up. People are... oh, God, sore throat. Oh, people are waiting already, waiting for him to respawn because there is a long respawn time in between, guys. So, if you've just seen someone tame him or he's been killed or whatever, don't feel the need to wait here. There is a large respawn time. Garme's on channel 2, apparently. Should we switch over to channel 2 and have a look? Let's see if he's here. Alright, guys, so Garme is here on channel 2. Look at this. This is what I went through earlier for an hour. Because there was only 4 of us to start with, so it took a lot longer than the amount of people there is here now. And it took so long, like, honestly, but he's here, and people are waiting, they're grinding away. Once his health gets down, if you look at my cursor now on his health bar, once his health gets to, I'd say, just under the L, you'll start to see people, like in their taming position, readying up to tame Garme. And once he's down here, he'll be available to tame. Because if you look at him now, it says I've not met his taming conditions. Obviously, I've not got another Daveen's Perfume. But even if you have a Daveen's Perfume, it says that as well. Because if you go back onto his bestiary and click on Garme, it says here, if we if we used it on a weakened Garme. So you actually have to wait until Garme's health is about, once again, down to here. Oh, my cursor's gone somewhere. There, you have to wait until it's about here, and then that taming condition where it says it's not been met will turn green, and then you'll be able to tame him. So once you get down into the lower regions of their health, just like I was, you'll get people standing like in Garme, just spamming space, trying to get on top of him, be the first one to mount him, and hopefully have that successful tame. Now, before we show off his stats and what Garme looks like, I do suggest that you go to the Alloon store and you buy a taming success potion. Okay, so if you're going on to convenience, or no, buff, sorry, a taming success booster for 3 Alloons. This increases your taming chance by 10% for 10 minutes. So as he's about to get to lower health and you'll be able to tame him, use that, plus the 20% taming effectiveness that's still available right until about 9 o'clock. So a couple of hours, an hour or so after this video goes live, you'll have 30% plus taming success. If not, and if you're watching this video after and you're going to tame him after the updates arrived, you'll only have 10% from the success booster, but that's still enough as you've whittled his health down to so little that it literally will be enough to tame him, surely. But guys, let's summon up Garme, and actually before that, I'm going to change his skin so you can see standard Garme, and then I'll put the metal skin on so you can see big Garme, or metal Garme, sorry. Let's summon up Garme, there we go. And up close and personal, here he is. Ah, look at it, it's insane. On my starting screen, he's so big that the top of his head is just cut off, like it goes off the screen. And like his arms are thicker than me. That's what Wolfgamer pointed out. It's insane. Look at it, all the chains, the little spikes on him. He's absolutely just marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. Now go on to his stats. He is the fastest land mount, obviously 7.4 move speed. Once he's level 25 and I can put all of this on him, he'll have so much more move speed. He's got a lot of defense and a lot of DPS for being at level 2 as well. Like, let's be honest. DPS 41, DPS 107. Oh, brilliant. Is the attack speed any different? No, the attack speed's still 2. Now, the only difference between Garme and a lot of other mounts or pets, if you go on to like say Hoon Baba, he increases resistance, he increases critical damage, okay, for a certain set amount of time. Go on to Windrunner, increases magic attack for a set amount of time, increases defense. Go on to Gilded Benfic, evasion, maximum EP. Garme doesn't have anything like that. All he has is maximum EP and then resistant to cold weather effects. So the new Partners Coast that's coming out tonight, he'll be really effective in there because he won't get any environmental status effects, so potentially chilly effects or cold effects that come along, say, when it's snowing. I'm not quite sure. Obviously, the update's not out yet. Oh, God, let's take this guy out. 2 seconds. Let me just... he'll be a nuisance otherwise. He'll be a nuisance. Now, obviously, those are his stats and those are his skills. One last thing is to take a look at the skin I got for Garme, and that is Metal Garme. This increases his move speed and gives him more health. So, very interesting. Oh, wait, I didn't change it. God damn. Change. There we go. Change familiar skin. Yes. Summon. Here we go. And this is Metal Garme with the awesome black smoke. Ah. Isn't it beautiful? It actually is. Just like the old Fenris mounts, British the Cannibal, all have the purple smokes. Al-Shiar, I believe, from the Hyrcanus Highlands has it, yeah. He has it too, and now he's got more, like, metal armor on his arms, and he's now got white spiked, like, tail spikes, and obviously his horn. It's it's so cool. Actually, it is my favorite mount. Like, I'm lost for words. I was amazed once I got that, like, once I got on top of him and was taming, and you saw it in the clip. Probably include it earlier on in the video rather than now. But guys, that is Garme in all his glory. If you've enjoyed, be sure to leave that like down below. Now it's just a case of waiting for the update, questing a bit, getting mounts in the new area, and then obviously once I'm max level, coming back and getting Agnes the Red, and then finishing off with the Golden Lacoon mount for completing all of the Hyrcanus Highlands taming stuff. I can't wait for that. That's going to have a ton of skills and stuff. But yeah, once again guys, thanks, and I'll see you on the next video.